It might seem presumptuous of me or even arrogant to talk about your beautiful life. After all, I know nothing about your life. So what entitles me to call it beautiful? Only that I believe that all life is beautiful, and yours is too. It comes down to how you see it, how you handle it, how you live it. That's what I would like to achieve in these events, your beautiful life events. Evenings spent in the company of John Lonergan and myself, along with the wonderful songs of John Spillane, and together with you and others like you, searching for and finding the real beauty in your lives. My aim is that you and everyone leave these events inspired, helped, encouraged to make the most of every day of your life, irrespective of what happens, so that you enjoy a truly beautiful life. What follows are some clips from one of these events in Dublin in early 2018. It's great that you are here. It's great that you are giving this time. And I really hope that you have a wonderful, enjoyable and inspirational evening. And as John Spillane says, why not? Why not?
I'm so delighted, ladies and gentlemen, that Brian is using my songs as part of his inspiration. Here's a song which I made up myself out of my imagination. Fair play to me. It's called Will We Be Brilliant or What?
A beautiful evening to be here. I'll never miss him until tonight, even though we had something in common. He was teaching music in prison down in Cork for a number of years.
It's about making the most of every day, irrespective of what's going on in our lives, irrespective of the circumstances. But that seems a big challenge. But that's what it's about. It's about really making every day an adventure, a day to be lived, a day to get the very most out of, instead of just seeing it as another day, the 25th of January.
What's in this world? What have you seen happening here? Here in this world, what have you been doing here? What's on your mind? What's in your heart? What have you got? And will we be brilliant or what? And will we be all dressed in sunlight? Brilliant or what? Will we be smiling under starlight? Brilliant or what? Will we be graceful and free? Will we be graceful and free? Radiant and glorious, why not? What have you got? And will we be brilliant, brilliant or what?
But I think the biggest message is gratitude. I think we all need to practice gratitude.
Another thing he said, Brian said, that I don't want to endorse really, is because I keep saying it myself, that often when I get the chance, I say to people, when you write down 3 things every day that you're grateful for, in a week you'll have 21. In a month you'll have nearly 100. 3 little things. In the morning I then get, oh, I'm serious. When I'm out of the old bed I say, this is a good day. Seriously, because there's lots of poor misfortunate people who can't get up. And so some little, or the sun is shining in, and you can see it and enjoy it. That's fantastic.
I think what really matters is, irrespective of what's happening here, how are we handling it? Viktor Frankl spent years in Auschwitz, terrible existence, but even while he was there, he still managed to live a full life and kind of had pity or felt sorry for those who weren't able to live that full life. But Frankl said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. So that's the invitation, to hope that we'll be able to give that kind of response in that gap between whatever is happening and the way that we respond to it.
So the world around us is really full of that kind of mindless stimulus response stuff. And just that very unique thing of taking the second between the two to be human and to raise the question seems to me to be so vitally important at the moment.
Let me tell you about the cherry trees. Every April in our town, they put on the most outrageous clothes and they sing and they dance around. Hardly anybody sings or dances, hardly anybody dances or sings. In this town that I call my own, you have to hand it to the cherry trees. And they seem to be saying, to me anyway, you know we've traveled all around the sun. You know it's taken us one whole year. Well done everyone, well done.
To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wildflower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. So what he's saying is that we can find whatever you want to call it, infinity, God, eternal, whatever, the infinite, in a grain of sand. We can look at anything and we can see beauty in it.
Well, in nature, as Brian said, walking around, we're blind to nature most of the time. We don't even see it. We're deaf to nature. We don't hear the birds singing. There's beautiful things. I go for little runs occasionally, try every second morning, and especially when the sun is out and the birds are singing. Sure, it's fantastic to be alive.
When living to be living, will we be brilliant or what? When learning to be learning, will we be brilliant or what? When leaving to be leaving, will we be brilliant or what? When laughing to be laughing, will we be brilliant or what? And will we be brilliant or what?
Gerald's death was just the greatest tragedy anybody could have in their lives. He was a lovely young boy. But we had our roast dinner, and after it, he was sitting down. Brian happened to be there that day, and he was called to play a football match down in the football field, which is very close to us. When Dennis came home, he wasn't there. He wasn't in the house. And I remember coming in and saying that Gerald is not there. We were all very upset, deeply upset, and wondered where could he possibly be? And when they're going down along, the guard said to him, Liam, he said, put your hand out and put it on the searchlight over the car and put it in the bushes. And Brian said, put it in the goalposts. And there was my little Gerald hanging in the goalposts. And not only had he hanged himself, but he'd also cut his wrist very badly. And when they came in, my husband came in, he said to me, you know, they have found him and he's dead. And I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that he could have died.
Is to go down to the water and cry down tears. Your tears, beautiful tears. Let down your tears, beautiful tears. Beautiful, beautiful tears.
The matron there who knew the family found a letter in his pocket. And in it he had written a long letter to us. He said to us, Dear Mum and Dad, I'm now at the point I want to take my life. I used to let myself forget me, but don't blame me, love me. And he said, I'll die happy with the knowledge that one day a better life will be out around for everyone. And I leave you a quote. On a night like this, you can understand a man wanting to die, because things cease to matter when he sees through life completely. And then he folded back the letter and wrote it. No one is to blame for this, only me. And I thought that was so kind of him and so unselfish of him. was so good. Sent such a little note to us to help us, a good long letter to help us.
If you ever started, you thought, if you ever started, your tears would never end. Your tears, beautiful tears, let down your tears, beautiful tears, beautiful, beautiful tears.
Trust that there is an intelligence, a consciousness, a light at work behind all the fog and mist, and that all will be okay. You can do it. You already have many times.
And I do miss them still, but that's not to say that I haven't had a very happy life. But I love my home. And I'm 85 now, which is, I tell them I'm going to be 86 year, and I say nearly 90, and they say, don't be saying that. That's what I am. I'm coming on to 4 years off 90. But I'm still very happy. I love my house. I love my work. I love cooking. Mary came home yesterday, Mum, what you do all the ironing for?
I walked a mile with pleasure. She chatted all the way, but left me none the wiser for all she had to say. I walked a mile with sorrow, and ne'er a word said she, but all the things I learned from her when sorrow walked with me. Deep within me there are resources to meet every crisis I shall encounter. I live every day as best I can in the sure and certain grace that power is built into me to handle everything that shall ever come to me. We do have those resources, and we can believe that we are equipped to handle everything if we can find that courage to face it.
Make up your mind, take up your time, ready or not. And will we be brilliant or what? And will we be all dressed in sunlight, brilliant or what? Will we be smiling under starlight, brilliant or what? Will we be graceful and free? Will we be graceful and free?
It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for. And if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you risk looking like a fool for love, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own. If you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, to remember the limitations of being human.
It's about being sensitive about others and being able to empathise. I just think at the moment one of the big challenges we have is empathy, because especially with modern technology, we can say horrible things, but we don't have to meet the people. We don't have to see the person. We can send it in a signal. Horrible things. And so there's a danger that we'll have no empathy. Empathy is huge. Like, what does it feel like?
All the ways you wander, all the ways you roam, all across great oceans, all across the foam, through the faraway hoses, through the sunsets on fire, searching for the island of your heart's desire.
The breezes at dawn have secrets to tell you. Kind of resonates with John Spillane saying, don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. What you really want. Don't go back to sleep. Don't pretend that life is ordinary. It's not ordinary. People are going back and forth across the doorsill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. Don't act as if this world is just an ordinary, boring place. It's a beautiful place if we can find those angels, if we can remember that we are rays of the sun, and we are everything.
You are a star in the night, you are a wave shining bright, you are a bird in full flight, you've forgotten, you are a child on the run, you are a ray of the sun, you are everyone, you've forgotten. Hey dreamer, where did you leave your dream? Where did you leave your dream? Hey dreamer, where do you hide your dream? Where do you hide your dream?
He says, I will not die an unlived life. I will not live in fear of failing or falling or catching.
Let me tell you about the cherry trees. Every April in our town, they put on the most outrageous clothes and they sing and they dance around. Hardly anybody sings or dances, hardly anybody dances or sings in this town that I call my own. You have to hand it to the cherry trees, and they seem to be saying, to me anyway, you know we've traveled all around the sun. You know it's taken us one whole year. Well done everyone, well done. Cherry blossom in the air, cherry blossom on the street.